Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to this video where you are going to see me recreate my makeup look when I used to work as a cabin crew. If you haven't known, I was a cabin crew from August of 2018, and then my contract wasn't extended because of COVID and MCO, so my contract ended in August of 2020. While I do my makeup, I'm going to be answering questions that I found online about what do people normally want to know about flight attendants. So I have all my makeup stuff here. I just finished my bath and my hair is still wet. It's the day where I washed my hair today. First thing I would go with is a toner. So the first question I see here is, what do flight attendants do? Basically, what we do is in the morning, we get up, we get ready, we arrive at the airport, we report for duty, we go into the aircraft, we prepare, preset everything to prepare for the flight. Before the flight starts, we would normally check our safety equipments. We would report that to the person in charge of our flight, which is the head cabin crew of that flight. And then we prepare for the flight, we welcome passengers on board, we check their boarding passes. This has always become like an issue. Why do we check on boarding passes? We don't look at your names, we don't look at your seat, but we look at the dates and the flight number. So if the cabin crew asks for your boarding pass, don't answer, just show. Then we continue with the flight, we serve, we do safety briefings. If something wrong is to happen during flight, we attend to that. There's actually so much that we do. Now I'm gonna use my moisturizer. Question 2 and question 3 goes, what do flight attendants get paid and what do flight attendants earn? Question about our earnings is very popular, but it differs from one airline to another. Like where I used to work, they pay us our basic salary, and then they pay our flight allowance, and then they pay our night stop allowance. What do flight attendants pack? I have two answers for this because we have turnaround flights and we have layover flights. On a turnaround flight, we pack, or at least what I used to pack, I pack toiletries, an extra pair of uniform, one set of normal clothes in case anything happens to the aircraft. We have to emergency layover somewhere, and then I would have an extra pair of work heels, an extra pair of work sandals. We actually pack some things that could help us with work. Like there is another bag where I had gloves in it. There will be ovens where we heat the food. You can't possibly hold those trays in the oven with bare hands because they're very hot. I had a telecounter just in case something happens in the airport, the system is down or something like that. I have this telecounter to just check the amount of passengers that are already boarded, so I can check with the ground staff before we proceed with the flight. We have 2 ice tongs because normally during service we have that cart that we bring, so we normally carry 2 jugs of ice, so 1 tong for 1 jug of ice. We bring an extra set of makeup. Like what I used to do, I have 1 set of makeup back at home, and then I have 1 set of makeup in my work baggage. During a layover flight, we would have 2 situations where we would stay outside the country or domestically. So if I stay domestically, I will just have another bag on top of the work baggage, so I will put extra stuff in that. We call it a garment bag. So if I have a picture, I'll just put it here. If I lay over internationally, I bring like a medium-sized bag just to bring back souvenirs for family and friends, and also to store things that could be restricted because of the liquid and gas requirements in different countries. Next question I see is, when do flight attendants get paid? It was circulated that some airlines actually pay their crews by cash every time their crew has layovers or night stops, but for the airline that I used to work with, we get paid monthly, so all our allowances are calculated and they will pay us monthly, so we don't get paid by cash when we arrive at the layover destination, but we get paid like a lump sum amount at the end of the month. Next question, when do flight attendants get the drug test? In my experience, I never got to do a drug test. I think you can do it voluntarily. If you have to do a drug test And if suddenly the company requires you to do a blood test, maybe somebody complained or somebody reported against you. But in my experience, I never got to do a drug test as like a requirement by the company. That never happened to me. Next question is, when do flight attendants sleep? Some people say actually that we do get our sleep schedules messed up, but in my experience, my sleep was never messed up. If I have a picture of my roster, it's gonna be here. So if you can see the timing, they are quite messed up because it follows the timing of the flight that you're gonna be operating. We get sleep during layovers. Sometimes we get enough, sometimes we don't get enough, but if it's an off day at base, of course we get our sleep. We actually do have rest hours, especially on long flights. If the flight is more than 5 hours, during night flights, that will be up to the head of cabin crew. So if they want to give us rest, then we will rest. If not, then we have to do a red eye. The next question is, when do flight attendants work? I'm not sure about now, but during my time, one cabin crew must have 12 days in a month at base. So the rest of the days we're gonna be working. Question number 9, where do flight attendants sleep? At base, we have a place to stay, so we sleep at our house. If you're curious about where we sleep during our rest hours, I never got to operate a flight that has crew bunks. We sleep on the passenger seat. But if it's a full flight, then we would just sit on like our stations. If we have a curtain, we would just pull the curtain. We sleep at our stations. On layovers, we would sleep at the hotel that's provided for us. Question number 10, where do flight attendants stay? I'm assuming they ask during our layovers. Of course, we stay at a hotel, but the hotel will be like provided by the airlines. Sometimes it could be a very interesting experience because they change hotels and we get the chance to experience different types of hotels, different types of rooms. Sometimes we got upgraded randomly, we got a suite. It's gonna be very funny when we get a suite for only like a 12-hour stay. That's gonna be very fun. Where do flight attendants hang out? Interesting question. In my times, I was single. I mean, I had a boyfriend who's now my husband. I used to hang out at a bar. I mean, that used to be like my favorite hangout place because it's so chill. I just get to listen to live band and stuff like that. But if I'm outside, I mean, on layovers, especially if that hotel provides like a crew lounge. Oh, crew lounges are just the place to hang out at. I mean, I don't know about the crews who are watching this, but normally the crew lounges at the hotel that I used to stay, they were quite legit. We have a pool table, we have a massage chair, we have a coffee maker, you know, we have stuff like that. I would normally also hang out at the swimming pool. I would go for a swim. I would go to the gym. I don't want to be going out and be so tired for the flight back home because that's gonna be very overwhelming. If you are a junior and you're tired, that's what I'm trying to put out there. If I have the extra budget, I would go out, I would shop, I would do some personal shopping for my friends and family and people who wants to use my service to personal shop. Number 13 is quite a weird question. Why do flight attendants wear scarves? I don't think we wear scarves, but this is more of question for like maybe the Emirates or the Oman Air or maybe Korean Air. Yeah, Korean Air, they do have a scarf. Number 14. I'm kind of intrigued by this question. Why do flight attendants have to be tall? I am 160, which could be around 5'4" or 5'5". I'm not that tall. In my understanding, we have to be tall, especially to help with the overhead compartments. If we have passengers that are like not our height, at least we could be of help to assist with their bags and the overhead compartment. Number 15, why do flight attendants and pilots wear a uniform? Well, I have always understood that wearing a uniform means that you are representing something. So we wear uniform because we represent our airlines, or we just represent the country. We appear professional to the passengers. We appear ready for the passengers. I'm not doing a good job at doing my makeup. Hang on, I just did my blusher, so now I'm gonna do my, I'm gonna do my eyebrow. Did you just hear what I said? Eyebrows, guys. I'm gonna do my eyebrows. Oh my gosh. Question number 16. Why do flight attendants say cross-check? From what I remember, I only say cross-check when I would check my cruise door and check that the door is completely armed before we proceed for flight. It is important for us to check if the doors are armed, so just in case of emergency, the door has to be open in arm position. So after I lock my door, which is normally where I would sit, that would be my station, I would arm the door and I would go across. My crew would also do the same, and then we would check, is it armed, is everything in place? We would look at each other and say cross check. Number 17 is, do flight attendants make good money? I would say yes, because you don't really need a college qualification to earn as much as a cabin crew would earn. I'm gonna pause, I'm gonna do my eyebrow, and BRB. My eyebrows are done. Next question, do flight attendants get to travel? My favorite part of being a cabin crew. Yes, we get to travel. In fact, I chose to believe that we are paid to travel, especially if I get to stay longer than 24 hours. Like, I have so much time to look around, to try the foods and explore. It's fun. Yes, we do get to travel. Question number 21. Are flight attendants in demand? Considering the world economy right now, I think we are 50% in demand, because people need to travel, not only for the sake of traveling, but also to work. Number 22, are flight attendants easy? Well, I was loyal to my then boyfriend, now husband. I'm gonna make this sound so bad, but you've for sure heard of bad things surrounding the cabin crew, but some of us actually have dignity. I don't want to answer too much because I'm not everyone, but if you ask me, well, I was loyal. That was a very weird question. Number 23. Are flight attendants ever home? Duh, we are. We have 12 days in a month to be at base, and then we have standbys. If, say, we weren't called up for the standby, then we will be home more than 12 days in a month. 24 is, are flight attendants paid well? It actually depends on the routes. For the airline that I was working with, we get paid high if we stop at very expensive countries, like countries that use dollars or pounds or reals. So if we get lots of that flight for that 1 month, yes, we get high pay. How do flight attendants work? This person actually answered, our asses off. I agree. Well, because our job is interesting. We travel, but we are actually working. I mean, we don't really go to Adelaide to travel. It's kind of like, if I want a good stay, I should work hard. It's that kind of mentality that I had. How do flight attendants live? We live. We have a life. We travel, but traveling is working, so that's already 2 in 1. And then at base, we're just us. We go out and hang out with friends, with spouse, with families. We enjoy our lives. That's how we live. Question 28. How do flight attendants pack? I am assuming this question means how often do we pack and repack and pack and repack. So like I mentioned, I already have 1 set of makeup bag. I have 1 set of toiletry bag, so I never touch these 2 things. And then if I have my spare uniform untouched, I'm just gonna leave it there. I have the extra work sandals and the work heels. I never touch those. I normally take out just the clothes, just the extra clothes, take them up, put in the wash, put another set in the bag. So that is how I pack. I've answered all the questions, but I haven't done any of my makeup. So now I'm gonna talk about my makeup, because I'm already at the very interesting part, which are the eyes. Eyeshadows is like the very vital part. On our eyes, we need to have minimum 3 colors on our eyes. What I normally do is I do a base color, and then I do like a darker color, and then I do a shimmer. I'm gonna come back after I do my eyeshadows. My eyeshadows are done. Next is my eyeliner. I use this type of eyeliner. If you can see that, it's like a crayon. I put it like really inside my waterline. That really makes my eye just pop. Now I'm gonna do my mascara. This is the Silkygirl Eye Opener Waterproof Mascara. I'm gonna curl my eyelashes first. So my top lashes are done. So I thought of making things fancier. I have these eyelashes by Elise. I've been using this brand ever since I was in the training academy. This was the code that I used, 5194, if you're ever interested. I'll link this product down below. I love this code because it's natural. This was how I went to work. I've always had falsies and I love how I look in them. Okay, you ready? You ready? You ready? So technically that's all I do for my makeup. I won't put my highlighter or my lipstick first because I prefer to do my hair. Yes, I'm gonna be doing my hair. I don't think it's gonna be exactly like the hair that I used to do because I don't have a hairspray with me now, but I'm sure I can pull something close. I still have this from Flying Days. I bought this from the airline. This was like the standard color of the color codes that we should use on our hair because it complements with the uniform. Okay, I have some things that I figured could help me. I hope this works. Okay, I have this. I would tie my hair into a ponytail before I put it in a bun, and then I have a clip. You'll see the reason why I need this. This is how I do my hair. At the airline that I used to work with, it is either a short hair or a French twist. I'm not really good with French twist. I even wore it to work once, and then I kind of changed my hairstyle during work. I couldn't. French twist didn't work for me. It looked ugly on me, and I figured that this looked better on me. So I just like a half ponytail with my front hair. I'm already doing it wrong. Oh no, it's too thick. Okay, I'm gonna adjust it again. Okay, yes, this is the amount of hair that I need. And then I'm gonna tie the remaining into a ponytail. This hairband is no longer elastic. This one, I'm gonna make it into a volume, like a wave on my head, because I would look weird if it just goes like that, you know. I give it a nice comb, I twist it, can you see? I give it a little push so it has that, you know. Oh, it's giving me goosebumps, man. I'm going to tie the ponytail again. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just put that across, just clip it, and then this ponytail, I put it inside the net. Whoa. Before I start crying, I'm gonna put on my highlighter. I'm trying to hold my tears in. I don't want to ruin the makeup. One last thing before the look is finished. I just want to tell you that they really emphasize that we wear dark colored lipsticks because our uniform is very vibrant, it's very colorful. So if we wear like nudes or pink or like just a lip gloss, our makeup does not appeal. I forgot to put on lip scrub today before I did the makeup, but that's okay. Wow, this is my completed look. Oh my gosh, I missed this look. Oh no. Yep, this is my look. How did you like the look? I think I'm just gonna take like a before and after selfie. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this video is interesting. I hope the questions were questions that you were curious about being a flight attendant. Don't forget to like this video and comment down below on what else you want to see me do. And definitely subscribe to my channel. See you in my next video. Bye!